Welcome to Insight Builder channel. Introducing Composio Tools, Agentic LLMs API Gateway. This is part 5 of multi-part series that we have been discussing. We are going to look at how to leverage Composio Workspace for file system automation. What I mean by file system automation? A file system is part of your operating system which does a lot of modifications to your files that you have, like list files, create files, edit, write, open, and find, even to change the working directories. All of these things we can do with help of Composio tools. For that, Composio has provided something called as workspace environments. These workspace environments are kind of a safe environments where the execution of your tools are isolated. It has got specific configuration that you can update to that workspace. You can allocate specific resources if you are using Docker workspaces, and you can allocate networking also. Meaning you can create a kind of a sandbox on which your agents can work in a secure fashion. So that's what Workspace is all about, and that's where we are going to do some activities. There are a couple of workspace options available in Composio: local, Docker, PyWebIO, and E2B. I'll be using the local workspace. It's a simple way to set up. In case of the Docker, it takes a bit of a time to start working. The Docker has to run, and then the Docker environment has to be set before I can start doing the operations, which is it is time consuming when we are going to work in the demo environment. So that's why I am using the host environment. When you are trying to do, you need to use this workspace Docker environment. Keep this in mind, and you can also assign the ports and also various environmental variables. So if you scroll down, you can actually see that we can work different kinds of environmental variables. So let me actually show you that. Just a minute. Here it is. So we can provide the GitHub access tokens if you are going to work with Git related tools. You can update the environmental key value pairs, meaning if you're going to use OpenAI API key or Anthropic API key, you can give it to that workspace. You can make it persistent by making the changes that you make in the workspace to continue exist after you have closed the script. This is very helpful when you're going to work with the Docker workspace, and you can enable and disable ports. Basically, you can expose the workspace to the other ports to connect. These things we are not going to really dive in. I'm just giving you the gist of this. One of the main benefits of workspace is that you can start working on the local tools with the given workspace. We will be working with file tool. Okay, this file tool has got 13 different tools under it. Okay, and we are going to work with these tools and see how you can leverage the workspace for automation process. Fine. So what it actually looks like. Before we dive into that question, we have something interesting. So I was actually searching for an easy interface for showcasing these kinds of automation technology. When you are looking for a chat interface, there are a couple of options that comes to mind. So you have Gradio, you have Streamlit, you have Django, Channels, Python Flask. So there are lots of packages available out there. But I wanted something pretty simple, and that's when PyWebIO came into picture. It's so simple that the functions are very straightforward. Almost some 10 functions is what you need to be very comfortable with for both input and output. So you can see that explained in this particular link in a very straightforward fashion. So I really like this package, and I felt that I should use this package and showcase the Composio toolkit as well as the automation process. So let's dive in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to now show you the code and I'm going to start working on it. So before I dive into the code, right, it's better that I will show you how it works so that you can get a feel of it. So I'm going to run the code right now. And I'm going to say chat with the file system. So before I do this, I need to enable the virtual environment. The virtual environment that I've been using is same as for what I've been using for other videos. So take a look at my other videos if you have any questions. So you can go to this playlist where you can see the part 1 to part 4 of Crew AI plus Composio and also the Crew AI videos also. So let us go back to the code and virtual environment is enabled. I use the shortcut VSRC for enabling the virtual environment. Right, so I'm going to execute this and you'll see that it will open a Explorer, Chrome Explorer right now. And in that Explorer, we will start doing the activity. So I will not even touch the file system, but you'll see that the LLM with the help of Composio tools is able to create, manipulate, update files directly. So just give it a second. In the meantime, let us look at a couple of more things. In case of any of the tools, right, you can come and click here on the open. You will see that it gives, it has opened. So since we started this, let us complete it. So here you can see the natural language execution that you can do. And this is where you need to be concentrate. You can see the key values here. This is the key values that you need to use when you are going to execute these tools by manual process. So there is a way to do this manually. I'm not going to cover this in this video. Okay, we are going to execute all these tools through LLM calls, but there is a way to do it manually. I'll be giving the link of that code in the description, but I will not be executing. I will not be showing it how to do it. It's pretty simple thing, but in that you need to be aware of these keys that you need to provide for the manual execution process to work. In case of the LLM execution process, this is done automatically by the LLM. So LLM looks at the tools and it creates the output in order to match these tools, right? So you can see the interface here, and the interface is already saying, okay, let's get chatting, and these are the varieties of things that you can do. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to first of all show you something. So let us go to the same folder where I am executing this file. Just bear with me, and most of the time I use the terminal because there's a reason why I do this. The more you are comfortable with the terminal, the better you can automate. So that is the primary agenda behind this. So all my code related to the Composio is present inside this all tools test folder. Okay, and you can see that I am using this file chat with the file system. That's what I'm using right now. And here is what everything will happen. Okay, let us go back. And now I'm going to do one of the basic things. So I'm going to say list the files in the current directory, because you can see that directly, right? So I'm going to say list the files in the current directory. And you can see that this is creating a kind of a chat interface. This interface is nothing but created using a simple while loop. I'll be showing you the while loop in a minute. So you can see that the list file tools is getting called. Okay, and you can also see that the tool name is shown here, and then you can see, okay, so here it is saying that the current working directory is not given, but even though there is an error, but still it has actually considered this as the current working directory, which is same as this current working directory. So if we do a PWD right now, you can see that present working directory here and here is same. Okay. Now you can see all these files that you are listed here. It is also as per the files that you are seeing here. So if you look at, this is the file that we are running. Fine. So you can see how the tool is working. So I am working in the browser and I am able to get the tools that get the files that is available in my file system. So what else can we do? Let us do this. So let us first of all create a file. So create a file named demo yt video.txt in current directory. It's better to give these specific instructions because it's going to be used by the LLM to appropriately create the calls. Okay, you can see that it is creating the path and it is saying the directory is false, and then it is going to execute the file create tool. Okay, and it has created this file. So you can see that this file has got created. Let us go and check it. So you can do an ls right now and let us see whether the file has been created. So the file name is demo yt video.txt, so it has been created here, right? So you can see that it is operating. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to say provide all the tools that you have and update and write it to the demo yt video.txt. What I'm telling the LLM is that extract all the tools that you have got and write it directly to the demo yt.txt. So let us see what it is doing. So let us scroll down, and it is all these tools have been called because right now I have asked all the tools that is available. Okay, and now it is trying to use the file write tool, and it is saying it's not able to find the file. So it has not found the file. If you go and check it, so if I do a cat on demo yt, you see that the entire content has been updated, right? Even though there is an error here, okay, even the tool is telling that it has not written it, but the actual LLM has written the data to the file, and I did not even touch it, right? And these are the files. These tools are not actually hallucinations. You can actually check that. So if you go to the file tool and yeah, you can see this enum here. Once you hover on this copy icon, you can see file edit tool, file tool create file tool find file, all these things, change working directory, etc. You can see it here. This is what we call as chatting with the file system, right? Now you saw that entire process of listing, creating, editing the files, writing the files. You can actually edit the file also. You can even ask the system to find the file. The point I want to make here is that these tools, these calls are actually going to Composio and then it is getting called back. So let me go to the logs and I can show you that these are the varieties of calls that I've been making. You can see that the date and the time. So this is a call that I've made, and you can see the details. What kind of call, from where it has gone, and what is a folder. All these things gets recorded in the backend. So you have a very properly documented API which helps you to track what tool is getting called, how it is called, with what data, everything. So this logs is also available to you for complete 1 week. So that means you can connect to Composio logs, you can take the logs and you can do further analysis, and you can provide updates to your customer also. This facility that I am seeing with Composio is actually very, very good. I should actually tell that. Now let us go back. So we have seen how these things are working. So how we are able to do all these kinds of modifications from the front end, from this interface. But the question is, okay, Kamal, I see that we can do all these things, but show me the code. Okay, so that's what you're asking me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the code. So let us exit this, and this is the code. The code is pretty simple. Wherever we are going to print, I'm using the put text. Wherever I'm going to use table, I'm going to use put table. And you can see that the Composio workspace is initiated with the API key. The Composio toolset is the client for Composio. And I have OpenAI API client also. And this is where I'm getting the tools. So this tools in line number 15 is a list of tools. You can execute this function and you can see the available tools also. You can just remove this comment and you will be able to see that tools for yourself. And this is where the chatting starts. So this is a table that I'm doing. It's a list of lists. These are all pretty straightforward. I'm not going to explain to you guys. This is where the chat activity happens. So it's a simple while loop where I am asking for the input. So this input is actually from the PyWebIO. So if you go up, you can see that I've imported on line number 2. So this is the input that you see here. And I'm getting the input. It's a similar input to what you get in Python. Not much different, but only thing is the interface is different. Instead of using it on the CLI, you are using it on the front end on your web browser. And here is the response that we are asking, and we are sending the tools on line number 66. These tools are nothing but the tools that you have got from the line number 15. So this tools and that tool is same. I'm just giving you a rundown. I'm not completely going into the back end details of these things. I'm just showing you how it is working. And then where I am dismantling the responses that is coming from the OpenAI and showing the choices. And then I am doing a try block on getting the details of the final response. So before I execute the tool calls on line number 81, I am trying to get all the information of what tools the OpenAI called with, generated, what is the tool parameters. So if you go back here, you can see that. So here is the choices. It is actually updating. You can see the choice output where it shows the tool call along with the arguments. So these are the things that you need to be aware of. So these arguments are nothing but the arguments that you see on this tools area. So if you go here and if you select the local, click this, and if you open this, you see this, just a minute, you'll see this keys, right? These keys and the keys that is getting created here will be same, because the LLM is reading those keys when the tools are sent to it in the first place. And here we are looking at the response in a more detailed way, looking at the tool name, etc. And this is where the final output is. Okay, the final output after handling the call. So here that on 81, we are handling the calls using Composio's handle tool calls method. And then we are getting the data response back on 84. So this is the overall code, and this is how you use Composio tools with the Workspace. And I believe that this video is to the point, provides you the necessary information that you require to start working with the Workspace, start creating files. It's one of the best opportunity for you to create your own local kind of a application where you can store all your chats that you're having with the LLM into a file. So you don't need to copy paste it. That's one of the best advantages you will get. Also, you can practice to create applications that edits the file, and you can try to work with creating a code base, and you can try to chat with the code base, and there are lots of opportunities available like that. So do explore these things, and I believe that this video is helpful, and do share your comments and subscribe to my channel for further updates on similar kind of videos. With that said, I would like to leave the video with 4 words, that is practice, be curious, practice.